Kelly Shaw, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization. On a lone Bigfoot investigation. I don't get to do very many of these. I'm up here to pick up 4 game cameras and to leave 4 game cameras up here that have been up here all winter long. They've been up here a good 5 months. I'm sure the batteries are dead. And I'm going to replace those with some fresh game cameras. I usually don't hike alone. I let a couple of my team members know I'm up here. Got my mace, got my survival knife. Yeah, this place is just packed full of mountain lions and bears, so you kind of got to let people know you're up here. If you blow out a knee and have to crawl back or whatever, hopefully someone will come up and give you a hand. People say that Bigfoot's a lot more brave and your chances of getting a sighting are a lot better when you're alone, so I'm kind of excited to do this one. So yeah, we'll go up. I also have a pheromone chip, a gorilla pheromone chip that's up here in a slot canyon, and I'm gonna move it to a different location. We don't like to use food as bait, so this gorilla pheromone's perfect. Alright, well, see anything of interest up here, I'll certainly let you know. Here's the pheromone I'm moving. Right there. I will cut this down, taking it to another location, and then we'll check and see if it brought anything of interest in on that game camera. Pointed it in its general direction. This slot canyon's of interest to get you up on top of this plateau of cliffs. We have found 14-inch Bigfoot footprints coming in and out of here, plus a handprint on the side. I'm gonna get it moved. Here's one of my favorite spots because we've found some footprints a couple of times. Some 14s and 19s. Found a set of 14-inch footprints that come right through here, and we casted one. It was sunk in so deep too. It was right about here. My foot's right beside where it was, and then it sidestepped right up this hill and headed up there somewhere. Keeping my eye open for more trackways and stuff. Oh, it smells good in here. So glad spring is upon us. Bigfoot season's on, baby. Alright, let's go get those cameras. Had to stop and film a little bit. This is where we had the 19-inch trackway come down off of this mountain and up this creek bed. Made a rock stack right next to one that Jenny and Brody made. Then it walked up that way and went up the mountain, more than likely paralleled us the rest of that day. If you guys look at our epic Bigfoot expedition, we found its footprints at the end of the day, but we heard something paralleling us up on the mountain all day after we got past this spot. We could smell it a few times. And there certainly wasn't any footprints when we come up. They were pretty fresh. We casted one of them. So this may be a place where they have a great vantage point. can watch game or people come in and out of the canyon. And I can hear water running. So the liquid water back up here, they can stay back up in here and not have to go down by the rivers and stuff. There's a reason why this place is called Sasquatch Canyon, nicknamed by hunters from Price because of so many Bigfoot sightings and Bigfoot footprints. And then a lot of ranchers say this canyon is haunted. Voices, wood knocks, screams, whoops, you name it. Well, there's a fresh snap off. This is an area that we find snap offs, footprints, and rock stacks. We took a rock stack, and gentleman Mark Crooks that I brought up here bigfooting, he moved the rock stack from right there over there and redid. He stacked them differently than they were. We want to see if anything messes with it. I'll have to compare that photo to see if anything has, but in 2 months that rock stack will be a year old. Let's get back in there. Since the last time we came up here, there's now a tree across the trail. I'm sure it is weather related that this tree come crashing down to block the trail. You can tell the tree's been dead for some time. I don't know, maybe it got helped by old Bigfoot that doesn't like people coming back in here, but I will look around at the base and see if there's any footprints. But I'm gonna blame it on weather. Maybe just a coincidence. Another tree blocking the trail since the last time I came. You can see right where it snapped to. And it just happens to cross the trail. Coincidence? Probably. This wasn't here the last time though. Or perhaps the pod of Bigfoot that used this area sending a message. That sign may mean a whole hell of a lot in the Bigfoot world. Or like I said, could be a coincidence that trees keep falling over the trail that men use. This creek is fed by fresh mountain top springs. There is abundant water year-round, and fishing game says that Bigfoot sighting reports reported to them increase during times of drought in this area, and I believe because they congregate where there is a reliable source of water. Sasquatch Canyon, gotta love it. good shape this year. We had a light winter, so my bigfooting season really never stopped, so I'm in hiking shape. I'm alone. So I got back here about half the time it normally takes a small group of us. Moved fast and quietly along. We'll see if we can find any activity up here today. Left some game cameras up here the 6th of December, and it's the 11th of April, so those game cameras have been up here a long time. I'm sure the battery's dead on most of them. I do have one game camera up here that supposedly can last a year with full batteries. Depends on how many times it gets triggered, of course. I'm gonna exchange game cameras, and I'm bringing some gorilla pheromone back here to bait the new cameras I'm sticking back here. Alright, well, keep watching. I'm gonna keep on squatching. Come on up on the Bigfoot highway, folks. So I'm gonna keep the camera rolling, find trackways crossing this place from the land of the giants or to the land of the giants all the time. It smells so good. Obviously not a Bigfoot nearby because it smells great. I love the smell of spring. This is where the elk bed down. And if you can see, the grass is all pressed down. They're still using it this year. Don't blame them. It's very soft ground, lots of grass to lay on. Place in the spring is very popular for a small group of shed hunters. They come up and get the elk sheds. Elk's 200-300 elk call this place home. DNA trap, courtesy of Bender Needle and the game camera. Right there. Alright, I'm going to leave the DNA trap here. Doesn't seem to be stepped on, and I'm going to put fresh gorilla pheromone here. I'm going to bait these other cameras that I'm going to exchange right over here in this area. The camera that's supposed to have a year worth of battery on a full charge was dead after 5 months. It had 81 incidences on it where it took videos and pictures, so we'll see what's on that. Here's the beautiful little creek. Yeah, the elk can stay up here indefinitely and have a great water source. And they're pretty much up here all year round. I'm sure these cameras have been, their batteries on full charge are only supposed to last 3 months at the most, so I got one camera watching the other camera. I have to give Les Stroud credit to his idea, so I thought I would try it in case careful Bigfoot spots one camera and tries to be tricky and get past it and doesn't notice the other one. Maybe the other one will capture its image. I really like the way Les thinks outside of the box. I think it will take someone using his tactics to get that elusive Bigfoot. Here's the other game camera right there, and here's the game camera, watching the game camera. His idea is a little more sophisticated. He likes to use like a triangle of cameras all watching each other. Give him all the credit. He really knows what he's doing. The learning curve of trying to locate a Bigfoot, he's way ahead of that because he's already mastered the forest. Alright, I'm going to exchange these cameras. Keep watching, we're going to keep squatching. Put up a fresh camera. Fresh batteries, fresh SD card. Right there. And we got it aimed at some stinky gorilla pheromone. Courtesy of Dr. Bendernickel. He gave a bunch of this to Les Stroud, and Les Stroud was kind enough to give me a couple of chips. I've had this gorilla pheromone since the 1st of November, and it still reeks. The day that I got it, 5 months later. Yeah, if Bigfoot smells anything like gorilla pheromone, that's why people speak of it reeking. Alright, taking the old cameras out, get to see what's on them. If anything of interest is on them, I'll certainly put those on this video. Alright, please keep watching. We're going to keep on squatching. You can see where either a bull elk or a buck deer during the rut just tore up this tree. All the bark below, and then they just rubbed the crap out of their horns or antlers on this. Plentiful food source up here. I'll film a little bit of that's the mouth of the land of the giants. Just got back from the Bigfoot highway and the elk beds and exchanged some game cams. We got some fresh game cams back there. You guys saw the gorilla pheromone that reeks. Wish we had some smell-o-vision for you guys. Or maybe not, maybe you don't want to smell that stuff. Yeah, for your information, what this gorilla pheromone is it's from a mating male adult gorilla's pee. Of course, they collect it during a time that they're breeding to really get that essence that's in them. The same thing that hunters do when they use elk pee or deer pee as a pheromone to attract them in where it's legal. It works on them. Hopefully it strikes up a Bigfoot's curiosity and we get one to come in and smile for the camera. We get a lot of wood knocks in this area. Earlier today I thought I heard a distance vocalization, a scream or something. It was very far away, so even if I had the camera on, I doubt it would have caught it. Just in case you guys wondering what fresh bobcat scat looks like, there wasn't any here when I came up. It crapped right there. Looks like a giant house cat. That is really fresh. It crapped there after I passed this location in the morning. Lots of mountain lion, black bear, bobcat. We even think we captured a lynx on Gamecam up here. And then quite often, more than any other place else that we Bigfoot, we find Bigfoot trackways, hear vocalizations, and even a few handprints. So, great area for wildlife. Obviously there's enough game if there's a plethora of predators up here. Check out what's on these game cameras. Have a great evening.
That's perfect.
Caleb and I are doing a Gamecam exchange. This game camera's been up here damn near all winter, and we've been keeping an eye on this little slot canyon out here by Sasquatch Canyon because we have found footprints, a pine bough nest up there. It looks like a day nest for comfort, and also on the side of this little slot canyon in the dirt here we've also have found a handprint. So we've got some gorilla pheromone set up for bait. We don't believe in baiting with food. We don't want to cause a bear problem, but here's the gorilla pheromone that we got set up, and we just smelled it. It still just stinks. Even after months and months, it just reeks. And then we got a camera set up right there. And Derek's getting ready to fly the helicopter, so we're going to make our way back to him after we do an exchange.